Okay, so we're coming back. We're almost at our cruise level here, as you can see as we come in. Just might move this in a little bit. Just coming up on that now, and as you can see, we're just leveling off. 29,000 speed. Oops, speed might increase just a little bit. See the engines are spooling down. Altitude cruise. Very simple stuff up to this point. It's very easy to fly and quite enjoyable. Okay, so when we come into our preparing for our descent, what I'll do is I'll come back and we'll continue on our journey. Our descent is way out here near Fort L waypoint. We'll continue on from there. Okay, so we're almost approaching our descent point, and there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up. One of the things I didn't do with the weather radar was right down here. We need to turn this little dial over here. And as you can see, what shows up on our radar is some weather. That's because I was seeing some lightning outside. If we turn our display out here a little bit, you'll see there's a bit of weather around us. It seems like it's not going to be too bad. The other thing we want to do is start preparing for descent. We're going to jump into our MCDU and we're going to scroll down to our approach, which is going to be around Juma here. You see here we've got a restriction here.
Descent preparation checklist.
Descent preparation checklist is started, so I'm going to set my altitude to 2,500.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Landing information.
Received.
Altimeter.
Standard.
Bearer radio.
I haven't
Set.
pressed this yet. I haven't activated this yet. Okay, so that's ready. We can initiate descent when we're ready. Just going to wait till we get a little bit closer to this. So we're going to overfly an airport here. We can start this down. I don't like to start it too late, so I'm just going to press it in for a managed
Initiating
descent.
descent.
You can see here it says descend.
Radar tilt.
Set below.
If I pulled this out, you see it says OP descend. We don't want to do that. We want the just descend, which is the managed descent. If I pull this out, the dot disappears. If I push it in, the dot appears. So basically this is a managed descent, and the main way of telling what's going on is you look here at where the altitude indicator is. It says descend. This is a managed descent. You'll also see there's a little red circle, like a crimson color circle there, whatever color you want to call that. We're descending slightly early, so we're a little bit lower than the descent profile that was predicted for this descent, but you'll see we're not descending very fast, only at 1,000 feet per minute. And you see now, as this starts to catch up, basically this is telling us how much below the descent profile we are. We're just catching it now, and you'll see we start to make a significant drop in the descent profile there, as now we need to keep up with that. So now we're a bit above the descent profile that we want to be at, but this will now start to adjust and just keep us on the right path all the way down to 2,500. We'll also find, if I just zoom back out here, we're clear of the weather at the moment. If we look here, we come back up, you'll see the constraints of these pink markers next to our waypoints, and you'll see the predicted altitude at each waypoint. So when we get to Jaram, we should be at around flight level 20 at BPAC 9210, and continue all the way down to 2,500 at Juma, which is our set altitude here. And once we get to that point, I believe Juma, I haven't looked at the approach plates for this. Juma, Snape, yeah. So pretty much from Juma we should start to capture the glide slope and continue down for an ILS approach from that point. We'll see how far we have to go. So we have a look at what this looks like. We're obviously going to fly out past the airport, turn around, come back in, and as we turn here around Juma we're going to start our approach phase, and we should be good to pick up the ILS from that point and continue on down for a safe landing. Okay, so we're just coming very close to 10,000 feet as we're descending down. As you can see, I'm still got a QNH of 1022. That's fine. My transition altitude must have been fine, so that would have been 18,000 since we're flying the US. So that's why we're not on standard Barrow. So we're just going to come to 10,000 feet, and you'll see the flight crew will start to make some checks here and get our speed slowing down, as you can see. Get some landing lights coming on, or some outside lights on, get all that stuff happening. Just see what's happening. You can see we're just coming into, getting close to the airport now as we come in. Got a bit of weather on the far side of our approach, but that's fine. We're going to be turning away from that, so that's going to be fine.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Lights on.
On.
Here's some announcements. Move into a 20 nautical mile range. So we'll look at our approach here. 7,000. We'll soon be down to 2,500. We'll hold that until we get to Juma. A little bit of cloud. Got some lightning. Good distance there. So you can see here in the info bar at the top here, which is new to the 319, is the checklist starts in 4.1 miles. You'll see that. You can also initiate it now by pressing 1, but we'll just wait. You can also see they've pressed the ILS buttons here, which shows up the indicators for the ILS for both the glide slope and the localizer. Can't see those yet. We'll be looking for those when we make that right turn. And basically when we get to Juma, that's pretty much where I want to start my approach phase. You can see we're fully managed speed, heading, And altitude is all in manage mode. So this aircraft really is basically looking after all that. What
Approach checklist.
Just let these guys go ahead.
Beacon status.
Checked.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Cabin signs.
Checked.
Nav accuracy.
Checked.
Bearer reference.
Checked. 1022.
1022. Checked. Checklist complete.
So they're done. We're basically ready for our approach. Essentially what we want to do is make sure the aircraft is doing everything we expect it to do.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing.
You know, we know what our speed is supposed to be. We know that we're trying to get down to 2,500. We want to keep an eye on everything. You can see here we're on our descent profile. We're pretty much spot on. Looking really good. Everything is as we'd expect it to be. So we don't just want to fall asleep. We want to make sure that the aircraft is doing what we expect, and if it's not, we want to take control of the aircraft and get things back on track. I'll just reduce this down to 10 nautical miles. You can see our vertical speed is changing just to keep us in line with that descent profile. Not sure what the night lights are like at Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International. We'll soon find out. I've never actually flown into here before. At night anyway. Okay, so we're making that right hand turn. Starting to make the descent. I'm going to get ready to press the approach phase button.
Localizer alive.
I'll do that now. You can see here the localizer looks like it's captured. It's green.
Localizer captured.
And then we have confirmation. And then we have the glide slope. We haven't captured that yet. We're a little bit below the glide slope. It's coming down. So we can catch that soon. And then that will basically override our altitude setting here, and we'll continue down on the glide slope path. So it's just going to line us all up with the runway, and there we see
Glide slope captured.
glide slope goes green. We're now on the localizer. We're on the glide slope, and basically we can execute the ILS.
Second autopilot is on.
Set the backup autopilot just to make sure if the first one was to fail. I believe that's the main reason for that, and also to go to a Cat 3, but that doesn't necessarily mean the airport supports Cat 3 ILS. As you can see, we can't see the airport. I can't, even out there in the dark, so right on the glide slope, right on the localizer. It should be pretty smooth coming in now.
2,500.
Flaps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Critical things here are making sure you're in the right position to capture the localizer and the glide slope. Once you've got those, this aircraft is pretty much going to land itself.
Flaps 3.
Speed check, flaps 3.
And you can look a lot better than what you are.
Flaps
just like
4.
me. But this thing is going to
Check,
pretty much
flaps
land
4.
this aircraft for me. And can execute much better landings, at least currently, than I can
Landing
achieve right
checklist.
now. Myself,
Landing
manually.
gear.
Down and locked, 3 greens.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Water brakes.
Medium.
Exterior lights.
On.
Go around altitude.
Checked.
Landing memo.
So he's set now
Checked,
4,000.
no
There's a
Checklist
go around
complete.
altitude, but we don't want to press that. We would press that if we were going to do a missed approach, and it would continue the go around path.
1,000.
Speed. Speed.
Approaching 27 right.
Speed.
500.
Speed.
See, it's still pretty hard to see the airport,
Speed.
see the
Speed.
runway here.
Speed.
You see, we're still on a managed approach.
100 above.
I'm just going to ignore all those warnings. As you can see, the runway is not lit up.
200. Minimum.
Not really sure what that's all about, but
Continue.
luckily we have a ILS. You can see we've reached a decision height. We're now going to land.
100. 70. 60. 50. 40.
Get ready to
30,
pull back on the
20.
throttles.
Retard.
Throttles back.
Retard.
Auto
Ground
land.
spoilers.
Reverse is on.
Reverse screen.
Wait till about 60, 70 knots. You'll call it, and we'll turn the reverses off.
70 knots.
That's it. Reverses off. Auto brakes are doing all the work for us.
Auto brakes off.
As you can see there, we're just at a rolling. We can now leave the runway. Let's look for a... Can we get off here? Get off here. I don't know where we're going. We're just going to make our way in. See where we end up.
APU on.
So as you can see, it's a
After
very
landing
easy
checklist.
aircraft to fly.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
It
Ground
looks like
spoilers.
I haven't gone to the gate.
Set off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
Flaps.
Checked retracted.
TCAS.
Checked standby.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
APU.
On.
Checklist complete.
Approaching 13.
So we're just going to cross this runway. Obviously, you would normally get clearance to cross. Okay, so I've managed to find our taxiing, our gates here. I'm just going to pick one of these and we'll call it a night. I don't know if it really matters which side of the gate we go on, but I'm going to just turn it here and maneuver in, and we'll get this thing shut down. So we'll set our parking brake on. Turn off engines 1 and 2. Oops. See if that
And the
initiates
parking
the
checklist.
shutdown procedures.
Parking brake and chocks.
Chocks are set. Parking brakes
Jetway's
released.
coming out.
Engine master.
Both off.
Seatbelt signs.
Set off.
Beacon lights.
Set off.
Open a door,
Exterior
passengers
lights.
can get out. There you go. And that's pretty much it. That's the end of the episode. That's the Aerosoft Airbus 319. These are really nice aircraft. Definitely a favourite if you want to reduce the amount of workload. And it's quite nice. It's very well done and it's pretty high quality airline. I really liked it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Give it a like if you liked it. Leave a comment. I'd like to hear your feedback. I'd like to know what you'd like to see and what you'd like to see more of. If you like this kind of thing, let me know. Appreciate all the new subscribers, that everyone who's stuck around this long. It's been fantastic. I'm looking forward to the journey in 2015 with you people. And we'll see you on the next episode.